Paper was like gold in medieval times.
Oh, not tobacco. Sugar.
That everything we thought we knew about the world might turn out to be completely wrong.
Treasure trader Billy Jamieson
How are you?
hits the Big Apple
I've always wanted a piece of yours.
to buy a $100,000 painting,
This could cost me a lot of money.
discovers a rare African drum,
It's got a great look when you look straight on at it.
and risks it all
I'm shaking a little bit.
at the most pivotal auction of his career.
The colossal quartzite head,
An auction like this is a huge rush.
200,000.
The stakes are high.
We're selling now, fair warning.
I need this collection to sell in excess of $1 million. You do love New York,
Of course
eh?
we do. It's beautiful.
Billy Jamieson and his fiancée Jessica are off to New York for one of his biggest deals ever.
Hey, how are you?
He's planning to auction off rare Egyptian artifacts valued at over $1 million.
I've never had a collection like this where I bought this many pieces.
A few months ago, Billy stuck his neck out and borrowed a ton of money to buy a collection of 400 Egyptian artifacts.
A collection of this size is so rare. To find it today intact, well, it doesn't happen that often.
The collection was assembled by a 19th century archaeologist. The pieces are over 2,000 years old, and many of them are worth tens of thousands of dollars each.
The fact that it was collected by Gustave Jacquier, I think will make it very desirable.
Billy's picked out over 30 of the best pieces to sell at Christie's, one of the world's leading auction houses, and he's looking for a big profit.
I really need to do well on this Egyptian collection. I am a little nervous going in there, you know? I borrowed money to buy it. I gotta pay it back. Hope you bring me luck.
Don't I always?
Yeah, you do.
The auction is just 24 hours away, and while they're in New York, they want to close two other big deals.
The first thing Jessica does when we check in anywhere is get the computer going.
Working with Billy on the road, it's an even crazier adventure.
Are you coming to see the preview at
You know,
Christie's?
I would love to, but I've got a lot to do. I have to coordinate our meetings with
Well, you'll
Carl.
see it at the auction.
Exactly.
I hope that they promoted it properly and that. I really have to let go and trust, something I have a hard time with.
You're a little nervous, huh?
I wasn't too impressed with the fact they should have run the ad last month and not this month. I don't want to get overworked, but I hope that's not a bad sign.
I'm getting dizzy watching you pace. I'm better at handling stress than Billy. My job on the road is keeping him calm, because if he's calm, then that makes my job that much easier.
I'll call you from there, okay?
Yeah, keep me posted.
I will.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
While Jessica tends to business, Billy heads to Christie's to check on his prized collection.
I really wanted to see what it looked like, because I know what it looked like all over the dining table and crates in my home.
For the past month, they've been on display to give buyers a bird's-eye view of these ancient and expensive artifacts.
It's important that it looks good for the buyer to see it visually, how it's going to look in their museum or collection.
Up for auction is a dazzling array of pottery, sculpture, and carvings. But the star of the show is the massive quartzite head of Nectanebo II, the last Egyptian-born pharaoh. 40 centimeters tall and weighing in at 36 kilograms, it could sell for $1 million.
There are only a couple of known statues of this pharaoh known to exist in museums around the world.
And Billy's banking on 2,000-year-old Nectanebo to deliver a king's ransom.
It's a very impressive piece, and it is the most important piece we are selling at Christie's.
Hey, babe, how's it going?
The collection looks amazing. The neck and able head looks so impressive.
Oh, that's great.
Did you get a hold of Joe and Carlo?
I've set everything up with Carlo, so we're good to go. The drums arrived, and he hasn't unpacked it yet, so you guys can do that together.
Thanks a lot, honey. I love you, and I'll see you in a little bit, okay?
Okay, see you. Bye.
New York is a hotbed for tribal art, and while he's in town, Billy wants to close another important deal.
We're on our way to Pace Gallery to see a friend of mine, Carlo Bello, one of New York's top tribal art dealers. We have a great African drum that I've purchased, and it's been shipped here in a crate. I purchased this from a photo. I haven't seen it personally, and either has Carlo.
How are you? Great. Great to see you.
It's always a pleasure to see you.
Billy's known Carlo for years, but this is their first deal as a team.
The first time I saw Billy, I thought only in America, and this dude's gotta be a rock star.
Billy paid $60,000 for this rare African drum. Carlo's job is to find a big money buyer.
We're going today to unwrap it together and have a look at it and see if there's anything you can do to help me sell this. I'm following you.
And here it is.
Look, it's a big crate. I had no idea it was this big.
The moment of truth.
Let's open it up. I'm excited to see it in person, and I'm hoping Carlo sees it and says, I can do something with this.
Super. It's a beautiful piece.
Actually, it's got a great look when you look straight on at it, eh?
I like it even more in real life than in photographs.
The pictures,
The piece is very rare. Only a few were made. Only 4 or 5 comparable pieces have come up on the market in the last 15 years.
It's called a timba and was made in the 1900s in the West African nation of Guinea. Timbas are huge and were used in only the most important tribal ceremonies.
It took a dignitary standing on a stool to be able to play this drum.
And I noticed the horse.
Suddenly, their excitement turned sour. Billy's found a large crack on the drum.
The cracking? I'm seeing that crack, and I'm going, oh my God, we might have a problem here.
Billy Jamieson's $60,000 African drum deal with Carlo Bella
And here it
is in trouble.
The cracking?
He's just spotted some damage that could reduce its value.
This could cost me a lot of money.
The cracking goes with age.
It's AJ, that's not recent.
As you know, wood shrinks with age after it's cut and is unavoidable. It's proof of age, proof that it's been out of Africa a long time in a way.
Once Carlo pointed out it was an age crack, I felt a lot better. It's great. I just had no idea the size.
You know, this is the average scale, actually a nice scale for pieces from Africa. Look at this. I mean, this is a monumental piece. In a way, it's the size that make the price for this object.
What would be your next move on it now?
I'll ask, 100, take 90, run, we split 60-40, 60% for us, 40% to you.
Not 60-40 the other way. Okay, deal.
It's the best Billy can do.
60-40 is not something that I want to do every day.
Now, if Carlo sells the drum, Billy still makes a profit.
This first deal with Carlo went great, and I am sure it's going to lead to bigger and better deals.
He's a unique personality. He's incredible talent. And on top of that, he delivers. That's why we know.
With the potential of a few extra thousand in his pocket from the drum deal,
We're finally going to this exhibit, huh?
Billy and Jessica are off to buy a very modern painting from famous New York artist Joe Coleman.
After you, darling.
Thank you.
Joe and I have been talking about doing a deal on a painting for some time now. I am hoping that I'm going to see a painting with my name on it.
Coleman's incredibly intricate portraits, painted with a single-haired brush, have made him one of today's most collectible artists, and his work sells for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Look at the detail.
Again.
His paintings, there's lineups. I mean, you've got to wait for his paintings. They're very hard to come by because it takes him so long to paint them.
I love the colors that he uses.
Coleman's dazzling portraits of misfits and forgotten characters in history are owned by celebrity collectors like Leonardo DiCaprio and Johnny Depp.
He's an amazing painter. He paints the portrait and then he tells their life story behind them. I've been talking about having a painting of Joe's for about 8 or 10 years now. He's basically said to pick one out I like. He had suggested this one to me. He's kind of looking at this from the history of the geeks in show business and carnivals and sideshows. And I like it, but I want to check out the one he's got at home, too.
When I met him, I think his paintings were, $10,000, $15,000. Now they're 10 times that.
Billy can't afford 6 figures. He wants to meet Joe and try to make a deal.
Hey!
Hello, Joe.
Hey, Jessica.
How are you? Whitney.
Yes, man.
Yeah,
It's so good.
Hey, welcome.
Joe and Whitney's place is amazing. It's basically set up like an old carnival dime museum, right down to the old wallpaper.
This is so cool.
We both like objects that have interesting historical stories with them.
Every time I come here, it's just more and more.
Well, this dances one of my paintings.
Yeah, we both like the macabre. I collect objects with history. Joe paints them.
Well, there's the Gorsi.
Yeah, there's Leo.
Out of all his paintings, I chose one of Leo Gorsi.
Leo Gorsi was a famous member of Hollywood's Dead End Kids and the Bowery Boys.
I grew up as a kid watching these, and it was really funny, witty humor.
He acted with Bela Lugosi, Cagney, and Humphrey Bogart. The film that he did with Lugosi had the first time that the word shit was actually said in a movie.
Billy's ready to deal. He's offering 50% in cash, plus a trade from his own collection, a shrunken head.
I believe the painting's worth $100 grand.
I should have got one 15 years ago.
Yeah, it would have been easier.
Would have been cheaper, too.
Whitney and Joe like shrunken heads.
Look at this
Oh
beauty.
my God. It was just my birthday.
Any shrunken head that I would offer them, they'd gladly take to add to their collection.
15 years, one shrunken head, and $50,000 later, Billy's finally got his Joe Coleman. Now, it's back to bigger business. Billy heads back to Christie's. He's meeting their antiquities expert and the auctioneer to find out how much buzz there's been about the sale of his collection.
We've got a lot of phone bids lined up, so when you get that, that usually means people are seriously interested. The market for Egyptian artifacts is extremely hot right now. There's not a huge supply, and there is a huge demand, so the timing of this collection coming to auction is perfect.
Is there interest in the head right now?
Yes.
Definitely.
So you think it's going to sell?
It'll definitely sell.
If the head does well, I cover my costs, and the rest of the collection is profit.
We've seen things sell for 10, 15 times their estimates.
I'd love to see this head sell for over $500,000. Or, who knows, maybe it goes for $1 million.
There's no way to know how high it could go.
We are both hoping for everything to sell great. I want to thank you very much.
It's our pleasure, Billy.
Thank you. No, I can't kiss you.
No, but you can give me a hug.
They did a great job of assuring me everything was going to be good at the auction. But I'm still nervous because I know anything can happen at auction.
You're not even sleeping yet.
I know, I'm just looking through the catalog at some of the estimates, reviewing some of the prices for tomorrow. I've got a lot riding on this tomorrow, and I don't have any control over it, and I'm used to selling things on my own. I had that dream that nobody showed up at the auction, and you just never know. And I owe a lot of money, and I got to pay the money back, and so I've got to hope that that head does really well. All I can do is just cross my fingers everything sells really well.
We'll just have to see what happens.
All Billy does know is that he's not getting much sleep tonight. Billy Jamieson is in New York for one of the biggest deals of his career.
The stakes are high. I have to do well on this.
He's borrowed over $500,000 to buy a collection of Egyptian artifacts.
And if I don't get the money back, I'm screwed.
After a sleepless night at the hotel, it's time for the big sale. If the auction at Christie's goes well, he could make a profit of over $1 million. But if it goes bad, Billy could take a huge financial hit in just minutes.
10 o'clock it starts. By 10:35, 10:40, it's over. I'll know where I stand. I'll walk out having done really well, or I'll walk out very disappointed.
As buyers assemble in the gallery and more line up on the phones, Billy's almost too nervous to watch the show.
I'm shaking a little bit, you know. Plus, you have no idea what my stomach's doing, too, right?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Christie's, to today's sale of antiquities. I can begin with lot 1. The Egyptian breccia jar, the first of the lots from the Gustave Jacquier collection.
Just 16.5 centimeters wide, this simple jar is over 5,000 years old. Made of breccia, or cemented stone, it's valued at $18,000.
And I can begin now at $9,000 to begin, $12,000, $13,000, $14,000. $17,000, new bidder, $18,000. $22,000 back to Christine. Bids here, fair warning, and selling.
What do you think? The first one kind of went okay.
Limestone offering table
It happens very fast.
at $9,000, $9,500, $10,000, still mine.
It's like a minute a lot.
Fair warning for $40,000,
And the hammer comes down,
for $40,000.
and it's over.
The painted pottery jar, the bronze pectoral, the papyrus fragment,
The auction was going great.
$5,500,
Everything was selling well.
$7,500 for this.
As we approached the head, I was wondering how it would do.
The colossal quartzite head of the pharaoh Nectanebo II.
Finally, the star of the show takes center stage, and the bidding takes off like a rocket.
Will open here at $130,000. At $130,000, $140,000, $150,000.
This is great.
$170,000, $180,000,
Look at this thing go, eh?
$190,000. At $190,000.
Suddenly, the bidding stalls.
And we're not even at a fifth of what I'm expecting for this head. And I'm going, oh my God,
Any more at $190,000.
would it sell for this inexpensively? Why did I even put it in auction to begin with?
Then, there's a new bid.
$220,000, new bidder.
That was getting scary.
$240,000, $260,000,
Keep going. Keep going.
$270,000. Would you like $280,000? $280,000 is next. $290,000. No? Try 3?
And all of a sudden, it stops. It doesn't even make 300,000.
We're selling at $290,000, if no more, at $290,000. Fair warning. Last chance in the back. It's selling for $290,000.
It's not enough. Nectanebo is a flop.
I am so shocked.
It just sold for $500,000 less than what he'd hoped for.
Can't believe it sold this low.
And now, Billy's got a big problem. He's close to losing hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I had all my hopes pinned on this Nectanebo head, and I'm in big trouble right now.
The star of Billy Jamieson's Egyptian auction,
$200,000 is bid.
the head of Pharaoh Nectanebo, has just sold for $500,000 less than he was banking on.
It's selling for $290,000.
And his hopes of a big profit are crumbling fast.
I had hoped this head might pay for this entire collection, and it didn't. It didn't even come close.
The cartonnage panel.
There are still 20 items left for bid. How they sell will determine if Billy's in trouble.
For $24,000 with carats.
I've got to really, really hope that the next piece is selling. Take me out of the hole I'm in right now.
For this limestone snake you see there. And I'll start here at $6,000. My bidder at $6,000, $6,500, $7,000 I have. At $7,500, $8,000 it's here. At $8,000, $8,500, $9,000. Still mine at $9,000, $9,500, $10,000. At $11,000 against you all, $12,000, $13,000. Still ahead of you here.
That little limestone snake, I expected to sell for $15,000 to $20,000.
19 centimeters in diameter and valued at just $12,000. This 4,000-year-old limestone snake was sculpted in intricate detail.
$26,000, $28,000, $35,000 new bidder, $40,000,
This is amazing.
$50,000, $55,000,
This could go for a while.
$60,000, $70,000, $90,000,
This is a sleeper.
$100,000, $120,000.
The snake's price is skyrocketing. It's now 10 times its opening bid.
160,000.
Oh my God.
180,000. 200,000.
Wow.
250,000. 280,000. At 280,000, we're selling now. Fair warning, last chance max.
I can't believe it. That little snake saved my ass, and you know there's no rhyme or reason. But I'm happy.
Egyptian bronzes.
And the auction still isn't over by a long shot.
It's selling.
The remaining pieces also sell for a lot more than expected.
150,000, 220,000, 42,000. We're all through and selling.
And when the final hammer drops, Billy's collection sells for over $1.2 million. That's at least $500,000 in pure profit.
It worked out good.
And you put a lot of hard work in.
This is like totally a stress ride. One minute you're up and you're down and you're up. It's like a poker game. An auction like this is a huge rush, but it's over. And I have to go on looking for the next thing. I love what I do, and there's no way I can ever stop.
Take care. Thanks a lot.